I still need to learn about. I still need to learn about what really happened with LCS because I don't really know. So they basically is the idea that actually no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say just random things because I don't know what exactly happened. I don't know the details. So was okay? They removed Challenger League. Is that the only thing that really like drove people out, or was there more? Was there more? Actually, don't. I don't know. Did Charlie actually? Does Charlie actually have video on that? Does he have a video on that? Huge Riot drama, 54 minutes. Oh, he does. He actually does. Hold on, I might watch that one then. I hope he's gonna explain what's happening. You know what? You know what, Charlie? I fully trust you. There will be probably ads in the middle of the video. Look, I've never watched him on stream, but here we go.
4 a.m. and I can't sleep because the air conditioning stopped working, and since I live in Florida, it's shot up to over 80 degrees in my house right now.
Look, I'm in Europe. Hot day. Very cool to be here.
Which is suboptimal snoozing temperatures. I'm basically taking the One Punch Man challenge. And I figured since I can't sleep,
Florida,
I might as well
man,
talk
it
about
makes
something
sense.
that's on my mind. You may see that I'm sweating right now.
All
I'm
makes
feeling
sense
the
now.
heat, but that's nothing compared to the heat that all League of Legends professional players are feeling in the North American region.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about you, I can only speak for little old me here, but when I think of esports, the first game that pops into my noodle is League of Legends. That for me is the game that really popped off.
Specifically, LCS is actually the first one that people kinda look towards. At least like the majority, even though, you know, LEC cool, you know, still cool. You know,
The esports
I don't want to downplay
scene
anyone,
made it
alright?
mainstream. Of course, I did watch MLG for Halo 2 and all of that, and of course a bit of StarCraft, but League of Legends is when I really got hooked in the space. And now
I started on StarCraft
Riot
2.
Games seems beyond determined to ruin it. Like they're doing everything they can to put the LCS in the grave, which is wild. Now, I'm about 4 years sober from League. I was highly addicted from...
There is a video. I actually want to make this video. You know how I made my Genshin video being like, you know, I finally played Genshin, you know, for the first time. I have not played League since season 6 or 7. Like, seriously. What season is it now? 12? I haven't because I played, you know, for Star Guardians, I played just like a couple of games. Season 13. I just played during Star Guardian so I can, you know, unlock the story. I played during Ruination just to unlock the story. I never played seriously. I don't count that. I was like, well, I'm just gonna play something. And then I learned you can just play TFT. So I played like 4 games and then I just played TFT. Actually, the last time I might have seriously played a League was when Odyssey came out. When did Odyssey come out? League of Legends Odyssey? 2018, 5 years ago. The last time I played League was 5 years ago. I am actually thinking about making a video. I played League for the first time since 2018 or something like that. I'm actually thinking about making that video. I just want to try League again and see what happens. Because people are still like playing it and having fun, and I'm like, I don't really wanna. I wanna see what happens. I kinda wanna. Then again, I might just wait for 2v2v2v2, and if it's good, the title is gonna be "This game mode made me play League again." You know.
Seasons 3 to 6, roughly 7, and that was a addiction
Okay,
harder
I'm
to
the
kick
same.
than heroin.
Yeah, 6,
I
7.
imagine.
Yeah,
but I did it, and I still do keep up because I do really still love the pro scene of it. And to see everything
I'm exactly the
that's
same,
happening in
except
the
I
space
just love the
right
lore.
now is more upsetting than the intro to Pixar's Up. It's very odd to see Riot unleashing this fury from the deepest pits of hell
It is odd.
upon the LCS. They're basically waging a war on American soil with the NA region. Now, if
How?
you do keep up with League of Legends and the esports scene, you'll
How?
probably know that North
From
America's
someone
been
who's tied with Riot's addiction shackles, don't. Stay free.
But it's funny content.
a little lackluster. They're
I can
not
use
out
funny
there with
content.
the strongest competition on Summoner's Rift at the moment. But that doesn't mean that Riot needs to fucking slap them around for some reason. Now, this is actually a very deep situation with a ton of layers to the onion, so I'm just going to show you a quick screenshot that lays out some of the basics, and then I'm going to dive in a bit deeper. But this is just a general overview of what's going on. You can pause the video here to read all of this, but I'll just give you a quick nutshell breakdown.
Okay,
It all
sure.
started in the
Okay.
Challengers League, which is fundamentally where players get developed into the top tier talent. You know, this is where players get to the big stage. They go through that to try and make it to the big stage where they're competing for all the clams, all the steamed ham. And there was some requests to change things around with how that whole system works. And Riot got a little wacko mode with some of the changes they wanted to implement.
Okay, go ahead.
And a lot of what they wanted wasn't exactly satisfactory to the LCS Player Association. So the LCSPA, the LCS Player Association, eventually had to call for a vote among the LCS players, the pro players, to stage a walkout as a form of protest because Riot was unwilling to budge or reach any kind of compromise that would be favorable to all parties. So the majority of players voted in favor of the walkout, and this lit a fire deep in the
Hold on,
soul.
I still don't. I knew an ad would come sooner or later. Hold on, I still don't understand why the walkout. What happened then? Hold on. I understand. Okay, I still. I still don't have. I still don't. There's an ad for a ham. Literally, you know how he talked about steamed hams? Here's an ad for a ham on YouTube. Literally, you can't make it up. Hold on, I still don't understand why. Why was there the walkout then? LCS teams have requested Riot to eliminate the requirement of fielding LCS teams. So okay. I still don't see into this. So okay. I still don't see. Hold on. Sorry. I'm just looking at this. Okay, I'll just let it go. Maybe my small brain
to
will,
all parties.
wrap around
So the
this.
majority of players voted in favor of the walkout, and this lit a fire deep in the soul of Riot where they were ready to draw their swords and go to battle. They got the fucking big guns out and were ready to.
Riot just had to allow LCS teams to drop Academy after summer 2023. See, I don't know what it means. If you remove the requirements for teams to have the academy teams, which is like the lower tier of like the big league. If you remove the requirements, what happens? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. That's what my small brain doesn't get. No new talents, but if you remove the requirements, doesn't that mean that like anyone can join? That's what that's the part that I don't understand. Oh wait, you mean like there is no requirement for academy? Oh, so they like removed, they essentially removed academy? Is that what's happening? Like they removed the requirement, therefore there are no academy, just like that's entirely gone. Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, they basically removed the small league. Ah, now it makes sense. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, you're still clueless. So basically, there is the academy where you have like the wildcard teams, all the small teams, and from these small teams. Sometimes, every now and then, it's rare because there's quite a few of these. You get teams that actually move up to the big league. Essentially, it's like a small league and a big league. And if you remove the requirement to first be in the small league in order to get to the big league, if you remove that requirement, then that just is gone. Just. Oh, it's franchised. No, I thought that you franchise teams from the academy. Oh God. Okay, then okay. Well, well. No. I just thought that the I know it's franchise and you have to like buy your spot there basically. But yeah, it's like a B team. God damn it. Okay, this is a whole load of spaghetti then. Okay, so I see. Okay, so it's basically what I said without the idea that the academy that teams from the academy can get into the LCS. The idea of the academy is basically train people, find new talents, and then maybe pick single people from those to go into the big league. Basically, that's okay. So that's basically where we are, which is still very much awful. Because yeah, you stop growth. If you do that, then you stop growth. Okay, now we got it. That's still, god damn, Chancelot, thank you for the 3 months.
Put the kibosh on it. They got a big attitude
that's
about
still
this
awful
situation. They were like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy when he got that rock in his shoe. They were livid. So, in response to the walkout, they shook their finger. They said, no.
Yeah.
You are going to be obligated to
So it's kind of crazy because I guess Riot did this because they had to save money. Because esports in general is bleeding money. Riot is actually not making money on running League esports, I believe. Or if they are, the sponsors are making it equal, but they are making very little money. They are not actually that big. They are a lot. It depends. It depends because some regions are bleeding and others are not. They talked about this in was it during I very specifically remember the interview. I just don't know which one. So they basically, the idea could be that they wanna just cut out the academy so that they can save, I guess, because other than that, I guess
field players, which means every org would then have to get substitutes to play for them. Substitutes that would be pretty much committing career suicide if they accepted the role, because they'd basically be crossing a picket line here. They'd be going against the striking players.
Okay, this is quite a...
They're going against the protest. So it's reputational suicide for anyone that would do it. It's a bad look for the orgs, and it's obviously a bad look for Riot. It's a lose across the board.
I have never actually seen an esports scene that where people made money. I've never seen it. I don't understand it. Why are people buying esports teams? I don't get it. I've never seen an esports team that made money. China and Korea? Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that that's literally the only regions where people can make money because the sponsors are big. It's like, oh yeah, just ask this guy's Toast. Ask Toast. He'll tell you all about it.
Losing record than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before we got Tom Brady.
Yeah, freaking Moist
this
Esports.
Was nobody winning in this
He's
situation.
losing a lot.
But Riot was
and
adamant.
they are winning constantly.
No, you will have to field players. And in order to try and make it easier, they decided to lift the requirement for the players they could field. They said it doesn't matter the player's rank, anyone can play for these teams. You just have to field them and pay them. But they said no more ranked requirements.
So if you pay like $50 million, you can like put Snoop Dogg in LCS. Is that what's happening now? All right, we need to make a Kickstarter.
Requirement, meaning anyone of any rank could play for them. They could literally have their intern who's never touched League of Legends be their professional LCS player because Riot is forcing them to field somebody. Anybody with a fucking pulse.
We can do it.
You could train your dog to go up and slap on your keyboard a little bit, and that would be A-okay by Riot because there were no requirements left.
Let me play. Okay, so yeah, I peaked in Diamond. Look, I was in. Look,
well, chat, it's been fun. I am moving to America to get my Silver 3 rank signed for 100 Thieves.
I've gotta beat you because look, I peaked in Diamond and I was in Diamond for 3 days before I dropped into Platinum, and then I ended the season in Platinum 2, I believe. Yeah. You can look it up. It's actually on my record. You can actually look it up. Yeah, if you look at my past ranks and you find one where I'm Platinum 2, yep, that's the one.
Position. Fucking me, a gold superstar one-trick Yorick, could have been an
Gold
LCS pro
better.
player this week.
Yorick, though,
by
admirable.
this new ruling because there were no fucking requirements. It's wild. Instead of trying to reach some kind of decision that's amicable with the LCSPA, they instead just said, all right, Wild West time. Absolute fucking chaos and pandemonium. We're opening Pandora's box. You all are forced to field substitute players, and we don't even fucking care if they played the game.
Right?
I'm too. Former. I'm Diamond this season, but I can do it
for in
too.
their life. Doesn't matter. Just put someone out there with a heartbeat. Fuck it. And fuck you. They are just actually out here spitting in the face of all of the LCS players. It's pretty disgusting. Now, it's worth mentioning that not everyone thinks Riot is fully in the wrong for this situation, so I haven't seen Tyler One's clips on it yet, but according to this article...
It's so shitty. Mr. Alex, we all know why you use this face on this article. We all know. We all know why. It's shitty. Everyone knows.
He seems to believe Riot actually made the right decision here with their decision to scrap the mandatory participation in the NACL. He calls them paycheck thieves and says that 90% of the players...
To make him look bad because Mr. Alex is not really subjective. Or sorry, they are not really objective. So they just want to make him look bad. That's literally the only reason.
He calls them paycheck thieves and says that 90% of the players won't ever be good enough for the LCS, so it just causes the orgs to bleed money. Admittedly, I don't keep up with the NACL.
My parents are...
Look, I don't keep up with YouTube ads these days. I should really get YouTube Premium, I guess. I really should at this point. Look, I really should.
Any of that scene. So I can't really fully opine on just how effective it was. But according to the rest of the tweet that had the bullet points, apparently 50% of the current LCS players have been through the NACL, so it does seem like at least a lot of the talent for the LCS comes through it.
See?
But in the same tweet, it also talks about how expensive it is to field an NACL team. So there's just a lot of moving parts to this situation here. And regardless on where you stand for the effectiveness of the NACL and whether or not it should have ever been a mandatory requirement, I think everyone should be able to recognize the scummy behavior from Riot with their absolute refusal to compromise on anything. That's not uncharacteristic behavior from Riot, and I know Tyler One's had his fair share of criticisms against the company for their downright reluctance. They'll fucking stomp their feet and refuse to change.
It is still unbelievable. So to me, someone who's been with the league from the very, very beginning, it is still unbelievable that he actually reforged. It is unbelievable because I remember all of it.
Anything, they just don't budge, and in this case, they're not even really.
And he's like one of the best streamers right now.
And I think that is a huge problem. Again, it doesn't really matter where you stand so much on the NACL itself. The problem really does stem from Riot's complete refusal to even bother trying to reach some kind of satisfactory conclusion here. They seem far more willing to just completely wipe their hands with the LCS, just treat the LCS like a toilet seat, and just fucking wipe their ass with it like toilet paper. So the situation is developed further. They had another meeting today, and Riot Games fucking ulted. They let it all hang out. It was a base race, and Riot Games, they were well fed. They outright said that they are completely fine with just canceling the season if teams don't comply with Riot's parameters. They delayed it by 2 weeks, so they pushed it off an additional 2 weeks from right now. And if they still don't play ball with how Riot wants them to participate, they're just going to cancel the season, and that would make the LCS ineligible to be in the Worlds for 2023. Now, that's harsh. They ran it down mid with this statement here. This shit is brutal. If they don't do what Riot is asking them to do at the end of this 2 week period, they would be willing to cancel the entire summer season, and that would ruin the eligibility for the LCS to qualify for 2023 Worlds. Now, if you don't...
it's the summer season as well. During the summer, you get higher viewership because you have the holidays and everyone has free days. And yeah, it's the summer. There's a reason why you do big events during the summer.
Keep up with League of Legends. Worlds is the biggest stage. One of the biggest stage in all of esports, to be fair. It is huge. So
Yes.
by not allowing them to qualify there because of all this, that's a huge blow. Keep in mind how expensive it is to even be an organization in the League of Legends space. The LCS is not cheap. We're talking 8 figures. It is a very expensive endeavor, and these orgs have gone all in to be there. So this kind of threat is terrifying. That could like actually just straight up ruin some orgs, like outright. Like I'm sure there are sponsors dependent on these orgs being in League, for example. So like there's a lot on the line for these orgs, whereas Riot can just kind of write it off as like a loss. Like, you know what? Whatever. We still got fucking billions here. So what? We'll take a bit of a loss on the LCS. Fuck them. They disobeyed us. They didn't listen to us, and for that they stepped out of line. We gotta punish them. Make an example out of them to all the other major regions. Like it's scary. And there's of course the LCS isn't the only region. It is a major region, but it's not the only.
I actually heard. Was it Reginald? Someone on Twitter actually was talking about DSM, and they were like, "Well, are considering another region." And goodbye. Yeah, I saw that one on Twitter.
Only one, of course. So I'm very curious how the other regions will respond to this, because I would feel like they should also be a little concerned with how Riot's handling this.
I mean, LPL makes you more money anyway.
Going swimmingly,
if you're good enough to stay there.
Riot seems totally fine going scorched earth protocol and just lighting it all on fire, like with what they're doing with the LCS here. So I guess we'll see how the 2-week period goes. It seems like there's going to continue to be dialogue between the LCSPA and Riot Games to see if they can reach some kind of happy ending here, but as of right now, at 4 a.m., it's not looking too promising for the future of the LCS, which is just super sad. Because again, the LCS used to be a powerhouse. Like this was the esports scene.
I remember back in the old Stone Age, freaking DreamHack. Me watching DreamHack 2000 I don't know what, 9? 10? LCS was born from that. Yeah, back in my days, I woke up at 2 a.m. when I was 16 just so I could watch the Season 2 finale where you get the little code for the icon in League of Legends, and to this day I still have the icon because I woke up at 2 a.m. and then I went back to school, and one of my friends was like, yeah, you didn't have to wake up at 2 a.m. because you just got the code anyway for the next 3 days.
And to see where it's at today is crazy. And to see Riot so willing to just get rid of it, like cancel the season, is crazier. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot and following closely. So that's about it. See ya.
See ya. I don't know what that ad is, and I don't want to see it. Okay, so so in short, this is how it started. I don't know. Yeah, look where we are. Look where we are. All right. God damn it.